You've just finished what you believe is a perfectly healthy meal. You chose your foods carefully, aiming for something nutritious and wholesome to start your day or for a light lunch. Maybe it was a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fruit, a colorful salad, or a refreshing smoothie packed with greens and berries. You feel good about your choice. But a little while later, you check your blood sugar, and you're shocked to see a spike. The number is much higher than you anticipated. It can feel frustrating and confusing. You did everything right, so what happened? This is a very common experience, and you're not alone in feeling this way. The truth is, managing blood sugar is more nuanced than just eating healthy. Let's break down the science behind why even the most nutritious foods can sometimes lead to a glucose spike and what you can do about it. The key is understanding that healthy doesn't always mean low carb or blood sugar friendly. First, let's talk about the main player here, carbohydrates. At their core, carbohydrates are one of the main sources of energy for your body. They are found in a wide variety of foods, including many that we consider very healthy. When you eat carbohydrates, your digestive system breaks most of them down into glucose, which is a type of sugar. This glucose then enters your bloodstream, causing your blood sugar levels to rise. This process is completely normal and necessary for providing your cells with energy. So, foods like oatmeal, whole grain bread, quinoa, fruits, and even starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes are all excellent sources of nutrients, but they are also sources of carbohydrates. The difference between how these foods affect you lies in how fast and how much they raise your blood sugar. This is where concepts like the glycemic index, or GI, come in. The GI ranks foods on a scale from 0 to 100 based on how quickly they cause blood sugar to rise. Foods with a high GI are digested and absorbed rapidly, leading to a fast and high spike. Foods with a low GI are digested more slowly, resulting in a gentler, more gradual increase. Now let's consider portion sizes. This is often the most overlooked factor. Even a low glycemic healthy food can cause a significant blood sugar spike if you eat too much of it. Think about that bowl of oatmeal. A standard half-cup serving might have a minimal impact, but a large bowl, maybe 2 or 3 times that size, or a giant smoothie packed with multiple servings of fruit, contains a much larger carbohydrate load. Your body has to process all of those carbohydrates at once. The simple equation is this: more carbohydrates consumed in one sitting equals more glucose entering your bloodstream, which often leads to a higher and faster spike. Being mindful of portions is a foundational skill for managing your glucose levels effectively. Beyond how much you eat, what you eat with your carbohydrates is critically important. This is called meal composition. Eating a carbohydrate-rich food by itself, like a plain piece of toast or an apple on its own, allows your body to digest it very quickly, which can lead to a faster spike. But when you strategically pair those carbohydrates with other macronutrients, you can change the entire equation. By adding protein from sources like eggs, chicken, fish, or legumes. Healthy fats, found in foods like avocado, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. And fiber, which is abundant in vegetables, seeds, and whole grains. You effectively put the brakes on digestion. These nutrients take longer for your body to break down. This slowing effect means the glucose from the carbohydrates is released into your bloodstream more slowly and steadily, helping to prevent that sharp, sudden spike and promoting a more stable glucose curve. Another common culprit for unexpected spikes is the form of the food itself, specifically liquids versus whole foods. Smoothies and juices are often marketed as the pinnacle of health. However, when you blend or juice fruits and vegetables, you break down their natural fibrous structures. Because the food is already in a liquid, pre-digested state, your body can absorb the sugars incredibly fast. This can lead to a much faster and higher blood sugar increase compared to eating those same fruits and vegetables in their whole, solid form, where the fiber is intact and slows everything down. So, how can you put all this knowledge into practice to reduce those post-meal spikes? First, watch your portion sizes. Use measuring cups or a food scale to get a real sense of your serving sizes for carbohydrate-rich foods. Second, always pair your carbs. Never let them go solo on your plate. Add a source of protein, healthy fat, and fiber to every meal and snack. Third, choose whole foods over their liquid counterparts whenever possible. Eat the apple instead of drinking the apple juice. And finally, monitor how your body responds. We are all unique. A food that spikes your blood sugar might not affect someone else the same way. Use your glucose meter or CGM as a tool to learn your personal responses. Remember, making small, sustainable changes can lead to a big difference in your overall glucose control and well-being. Healthy eating is incredibly important, but understanding the science of how food personally affects your blood sugar is the key to unlocking stable energy and better health. If this video helped clarify some of the confusion around healthy eating and blood sugar, please subscribe to Educated Healing for more evidence-based guidance. And for a deeper dive, watch my next video on the top surprising foods that can spike your blood sugar. You'll find the link on your screen.